Hello everyone, I just thought I'd pop on and tell you what's going on. Last time I think I checked in was I had my first physiotherapist appointment. Anyways, I've had another one since, and I've been to a sports lab in Calgary and did a bike fit there and a running gait analysis. I'll just backtrack a bit with the physiotherapist. She's got me doing some band work. I'll just show you this here. It's just like little flaps of rubber, I guess. And I'm strengthening up my glutes and my hips to reduce the chance of injury for running mostly. I got one more visit, or at least one more visit, and that will be next week. And that's going to go over more core work, and that's building on top of my last visit as well. She has me doing just really easy, not easy, but just the basic core work, and then I want to get that down pat, and she's going to put me on something a bit more advanced. So I'd rather start from the basics and start from scratch as if I haven't done any core work before, and then get that built up, and then it'll be easier to transition to something more difficult, and I'll have more of a foundation and less chance of, I guess, cheating if I just jump straight into something more advanced. I'm not going to have the right foundation to do it properly. So I'm doing that, and so my next visit will be next week, and she'll have me doing more advanced core work, and hopefully that'll be the last visit, maybe possibly a follow-up just to see how things are going in the new year. As for the TCR Sports Lab in Calgary, I went and got a bike fit, a professional bike fit. And what they did was took lasers and measurements and put me on this like robotic looking bike, and then had me fit on that, and then transfer those measurements onto my bike. And it was I did watched a couple of YouTube videos and just did eyeballed my own bike fit, and it was totally way out compared to what I'm fit for now. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I just got to wait on a seat cap post. I'll show you here. It's this post here. The previous owner, before I bought it, they cut off this post, so it's a bit short. And so now I had to order one of these posts here, and it's going to be a bit longer. So the seat will come up, I think maybe 20 millimeters or something like that. It doesn't seem like much, but it's quite a bit when you consider ride height and everything. And if you're on the bike for the long haul, like half Ironmans or Ironmans, that 2 centimeters is going to allow me to stay in the aero position a lot longer than before. I was up and down, and my back was sore, and my ass was sore from the seat, and which they also put a new seat on here, so it's a bit different than my other one. This one's a lot comfortable, more emphasis on just the butt cheeks resting here, and not so much the junk in the front that's gonna get bounced around and all that. So looking forward to getting out on that. I haven't been on the bike trainer yet, so we'll see how it feels. I mean, it felt really good initially, sitting on it and riding for maybe 20 minutes, and hopefully that's gonna allow me, like I said, to be in the aero position a lot longer, and not getting up and resting, sitting in a non-aero position, and creating more drag. So I have another, let's see, in 2 weeks I go back, and they're going to put new aero bars on the bike. And what else I got going on? Oh, I have to do a VO2 max test. I'm curious to see the results of that. That's going to be quite interesting. Not very fun, 10 or 15 minutes or whatever. I've never done one before. And also it's a hemoglobin and hematocin test, I think it is, a blood test. Just basically showing how much I think my red blood cells compared to white blood cells I have, and how much of the red blood cells can convert oxygen or something like that. And then it's another, or we're going to do body analysis composition test, just a fat test, I think. And also part 2 of the run gait analysis. The first one I went to was a little different. Corey got me running on a treadmill and videoed me how I run normally, and he didn't say this is gonna change at all. He just says, okay, run normally, and he filmed that, and then he pointed out that it looked like I'm running a bit tired and fatigued, and I mean, I didn't feel like that, but that's just the way it was with my posture and how I was running. My foot landing, that's all good. I'm not really a heel striker, so he had no issues with that. So it was just like running. How he put it, he said, how tall are you? I said 6'1". He says, okay, pretend you're 6'4" and run. So I did that first, and then he says, okay, you got that good now, and now put your hands by your waist and run. And then that was a hard part, because your natural inclination is to throw your arms when you're running to create momentum or help you run faster. And he says, yeah, that's great for sprinting and everything, but for long distance running, you want to be running more efficient. You don't want to be wasting all the energy throwing your arms around. So and then he had me doing that along with a running towel, all that. And then he did a video and showed like a before and after, and I think I looked kind of goofy running like that. Maybe I'm a bit too rigid, and a few hundred kilometers of training might make me not look like I'm a robot with sticking my chest out and my stomach out and barely move my arms. But if he says it's efficient, and we'll just have to see how it is. I mean, he's a professional, so I'll take his advice. Anyways, then in 2 weeks I go back from our part 2, and it's I think he's gonna work on the kickoff, like when your feet land, and maybe how you thrust off your feet. So I don't know, we'll see. What else? Yeah, I wrote down my annual training plan for next year, and the tentative date was December 2nd to start. So I was thinking, because I'm on a 4-on-4 schedule at work, so I work 4 and then I have 4 days off, and I program my weeks to be 7 days. So I thought, well, if I'm working 4 days, and obviously can't train on those 4 days because there's 16-hour days I'm working or away for work, so those 4 days off, sometimes it's going to land 2 days in 1 week, and it's going to overlap into the next week, and that just didn't seem right with me. So what I amended my training plan to do, like, it's an 8-day week. My 4 days on, 4 days off, that's 1 week. And when I adjusted that, my date started from December 2nd, and it bumped it back or forward, depending on how I look at it, to I think the first week of November. So I'm well past the start date now. So I made a couple adjustments, and I managed to have my start date now for, I think, November 18th, which is a little sooner than I wanted to, but to do it right and to not have that issue of some weeks have all my training open, and then some other weeks it's just all work, and then I have to cram 1 week of training into 2 or 3 days off, and that's not smart training. So I adjusted that, and that's my training date will start on November 18th. So I'm kind of enjoying the last few days right now. I'm going to take I took today off and yesterday off, and I'll take next few days off from exercise and just get rest and get my mind ready, and it'll be exciting. I haven't been stuck to a program probably maybe 9 or 10 years, and I think I'll have good results this year. I think high high expectations because I'm doing everything right from starting from the bottom, not skipping any steps. I'm doing everything I should. The proper planning, the diet. I'm gonna have to adjust a little bit. I watched a movie or a documentary on Netflix. I think it's called. What the hell was it? Anyways, I can't remember something. The game. It's a documentary about athletes that are on non-meat diets and on vegan and that kind of diet. I mean, I'm not ready to go there yet. I still have barbecues and meat and all that stuff. So I'm just making choices to go vegan on meals that are handy. If I can make the choice and the choices there, say at a restaurant, that's great. But if it's not, I'm not heartbroken that I have to have a burger or a steak or anything like that. So yeah, that documentary, The Game Changer, I think it was called. It showed quite a bit of insight on how blood is changing with the type of diet you're taking in. Like, it showed like you have cleaner blood and less acidic blood if you are on an all vegan diet, and it showed athletes that perform better. And so I'll see. I don't know. Right now I think my initial plan is on race simulation training, or even like before races. I want to try and do a all vegan diet maybe 2 to 3 days before the race, and we'll see the effects of that and see if it works out. If I bonk or have low energy or whatever, I'll just see what could have went wrong, and maybe next race or next hard training day I'll change it to what I'm doing normally and see if there's a difference there. What else? Oh yeah, I got my training room all finished here. I got it painted. What else? I got all my medals up here. These are just the finisher. Like, I think I came second and third on the sprint distance triathlons, and this is all my half Ironman finisher medals and Ironman, and I think these are all my running medals, mostly from half Ironman or half marathons and full marathons. And these are all my Ironman posters. Which one was first? Let's see. 2011 here for Penticton Ironman. 2012, that was last year's in Penticton. And the Challenge Penticton, the first year in 2013, and 2014 there. And this was the, I think it was last 2014. They had a guest speaker, Craig McCormack. So I got him to autograph that, the guide for the Challenge Penticton 2014. It's just like the calendar here. I'm just going to write my workouts and plan my week that way. And here I'll just maybe do the workout of the day in here. Or I'll put like I don't know, like an inspirational quote or something. I think that's it. Right now I'm just getting ready to do some stretches and do some core work and work on the band, strengthen my hips and glutes. I think that's it for now. Yeah, I think a problem for me right now when I get training is it's going to be tough. The toughest one is fitting in time for swimming. I think it's like a 25 or 30 minute commute to the nearest pool for me, so that's gonna it's gonna put a damper on things. Everything's so planned and organized with my days off, having a family and yard work with the winter and snow and getting firewood and all that. So got to plan carefully. And my last year of Ironman, I think I swam 4 times in total throughout the year, and the 5th time was the race. And the weirdest thing, it was like my fastest swim time in an Ironman. So I don't know. I wish I could do that again, but age and experience right now is gonna probably not allow me to do that again. So I don't know. It's gonna be really tough getting motivated to drive half an hour just to go for a swim, and then half an hour to come back and do a bike or go to the gym or go for a run. I don't know. We'll see. I might have to use a kick in the ass by someone like my wife, or hold myself accountable somehow. I'll figure it out, but yeah, that's gonna be the toughest challenge for this for the training program now. See, I think that's it. I had so many things. I was planning on writing stuff down to touch on it so I wouldn't forget things. It just feels like I'm forgetting something right now. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So, a couple days I'll start training, or in 3 or 4 days. I think my first day is gonna consist of new program at the gym. I'll do that. But first I'll go for, I think, a run. I've been having problems with the run the last couple times. I've had to cut it short. I don't know what's happening, but my right calf seems to be locking up and really cramping badly where I can't run. I'm limping. So I don't know what's causing that. It just happened after I started that new way of running. So I don't understand how that would affect my calves, my right calf, because I've never had an issue with that before. So I've taken 8 days off of running. So I'm just gonna go really slow and maybe go on the treadmill first and try that out, and just maybe run for 10 minutes. And if it's good, then I'll call it quits at 10 minutes. And the next run I have planned, maybe I'll do 13 or 15 minutes. And I'll keep doing that until I hit like maybe 25 minutes or so. And if I don't have any problems after 25 minutes, and then I think I'm in the clear. And then I'll start doing drills and practices and what my program has me doing. And instead of just doing straight running now. I think my joints are used to running. I've been running 3 days a week for the past 6 weeks now. So I'm not too worried about taking a week off and then getting back into it and hurting myself. As far as when it comes to like hips and knees or ankles or whatever. So yeah, so I'll take a couple more days off, and I'll go for an easy run with that new way of running, the posture and the arms pulled back a bit, and just take it easy and just, like I said, run 10 minutes, and if that goes well, then stop there, because I don't want to push it and then all of a sudden hit 12 minutes and then just boom, you're starting over again because you hurt yourself. So I think that's it. I got my little gym dog here. Hey, Buster. Right here, in the camera. Yeah, he's not too swift sometimes. Alright, so I'm going to take off and do some stretches here and core work and all kinds of stuff. And I'll keep me busy for about an hour and a half. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.